The Zone is the home of boxing, with over 150 live fights a year.
It's over! There's no way back from this, surely!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means. Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win! Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time. A night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
It is Cinco de Mayo, Saudi style. What a fight week it has been as Canelo Alvarez gets set to face off against William Scull live here from Riyadh. And tonight, the fighters go face-to-face for the final time before they meet in about 24 hours. The official weigh-ins start now.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, Saturday, May 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern, Canelo versus Scull. The King stakes his legacy once more for the undisputed crown. Standing in his way is Warrior Scull, undefeated and poised to decimate the division. On a knockout weekend of boxing. Get Canelo versus Scull, Saturday, May 3rd. Live exclusively on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com.
How about that shot, ladies and gentlemen? A look at Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That is Boulevard City next to Boulevard World, a fantastic entertainment venue, and the host for tonight's weigh-in as we count down the hours for William Scull versus Canelo Alvarez. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Grisham, next to the Latin Snake, Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix. One of the best weeks schedule-wise, I would say, in boxing history. Think about it. Last weekend over in the UK, that amazing fight between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Tonight in New York City, you got that amazing card in Times Square, headlined by Ryan Garcia. On Sunday, the monster Naoya Inoue is in action in Las Vegas. And, of course, we're here for the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, who comes back in the ring for the first time since September to take on his IBF mandatory and the IBF champion, William Scull. A lot of people are comparing this to like a Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson type of underdog story for Scull. What fight would you compare this matchup to?
Well, I was trying to think of a classic boxer versus puncher matchup where the boxer has Spanish roots, where the boxer has a stick and move style, where the boxer is known to have excellent footwork. And I keep thinking about the man to my left when he fought Vernon Forrest all those years ago. You pulled off a big upset, Sergio. Is that on par with the William Scull type upset.
You know, I don't know where you were going there, but actually that makes a little bit of sense because I was a mover. That's what Skull's going to have to do. But I was only 4-1 underdog, and I was able to do that. I mean, this man is 30-1. Unbelievable odds, but yes, it's possible. He has a jab. He's a lot bigger and stronger, hits harder than me. He's a natural super middleweight. Skull can be tricky. You know, he has that Cuban style of boxing. So there is an avenue there for him to frustrate Canelo, to do some special moments, have special moments in a round. But can he win the rounds? Can he hurt Canelo? And can he win the fight? That's why the odds are so steep.
We've talked all week about the path to victory for William Scull. You guys disagree a little bit. How does he win?
We disagree because Sergio's pointing out the ways he's probably going to fight, which is to do all the things that he said. Stick and move, fight off that jab, frustrate Canelo during this fight. But we've seen fighters in the past try to do that. It has been successful in spurts. It has not been successful when it comes to picking up wins. Only two guys have successfully defeated Canelo Alvarez. One was Floyd Mayweather. One was Dmitry Bivol. Gennady Golovkin, of course, we know, got a draw. The last two guys, Golovkin and Bivol, they both let their hands go. They threw right hands. They tried to out-volume at times Canelo Alvarez. That's what I think William Scull needs to do if he's going to pick up a win. There's a recipe there, Sergio, what you're talking about, to survive. But if you're here to win, you're going to let your hands go and compete with William Scull.
You want to say something, or you want me to take over?
He's wrong.
You're going to talk. He's wrong. Why is he wrong?
Well, because, look, they had footwork. Golovkin may not be dancing around the ring, but he knew how to cut off the ring, and he makes that ring smaller and smaller. He had one of the greatest jabs, power jabs in boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of the greatest fighters ever to do it. Footwork, jab, defense. I mean, it's apples and oranges. That's not going to happen. William Scull's going to have to box, not try to outfight the Mexican. That's the only way he wins.
All right, we're just minutes away from starting the weigh-in, so let's check in with the fourth member of our crew who's on the stage. We'll be interviewing the fighters tonight. Let's say hello to Claudia Trejos.
Hello, everybody. We're right here center stage. The scale is right next to me. And, of course, we're really excited because we know what happened yesterday. There was a lot of exchange, a couple of words, heavy words being exchanged. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the face-off in a couple of those fights. I'm going to have that first reaction right after they get off the scale. And this is the last time these two fighters see each other before Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to that new exchange once they see each other, once they go face-to-face. So be prepared, because I think hands might blow right now. The gloves are not on yet, but I'm telling you, we better be prepared.
Well, thank you, Claudia. No one was really prepared for what we saw yesterday at the press conference. When people come to Saudi Arabia, they're generally on their best behavior. It's a very calm environment. But yesterday, that Battle of Africa took on a whole new meaning as Efe Ajagba and Martin Bakole almost came to blows. What do you think that fight's going to look like?
I think it's bombs away. Got 3 judges scheduled to work that fight. I don't think any of them are going to be necessary. You're looking at 2 power punchers in the heavyweight division, 2 guys that have a lot to lose. Martin Bakole was on a bit of a rise coming off that win against Jared Anderson, lost some of that momentum with that knockout loss a couple of months ago to Joseph Parker. And Efe Ajagba, for a long time, he was looked at as a rising star in the heavyweight division. The shine came off him with that loss to Frank Sanchez. He did not look great his last time out against Guido Vianello. He has got to win. This, to me, between 2 guys in their 30s, is effectively a win-or-go-home type of fight.
It's a must-win for both fighters, and both fighters bring a lot of ammunition, big power in that right hand. I think the difference is Bakole on the inside is going to be the better fighter. He throws a better uppercuts, a better inside fighter. He has quick hands for such a big man, a massive man. Ajagba, on the other hand, he can be dangerous on the outside with that jab, fighting tall, using the ring a little bit. If he can line up that right hand, and we know Bakole can get knocked out by right hands, that's how he can win this fight. But either way, it ends in 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's the Congo Republic versus Nigeria on the fight card on Saturday night. And how about the WBC Cruiserweight Championship up for grabs? I say up for grabs because both of these men, Chris, say they're the legitimate champ.
Well, both these men have a claim that they can stake. The reality is that Badou Jack is officially recognized by the WBC as their Cruiserweight champion. Noel Magalian is the champion in recess. A lot of boxing politics came in over the last couple of years, but this is the fight that will establish the true WBC champion. I think it's going to be a really competitive fight. Badou Jack was a well-known figure in the U.S., was in some big fights at 175 pounds, but he's also on the other side of 40 and has been off for a couple of years. Noel Magalian, good record, former world champion, but he's also coming off a bit of a layoff and took this fight on about 1 month's notice. So this is one of those 50-50 fights that I could see going either way.
No, I like Badou Jack in this one. I think his experience is going to finally come through. He makes very interesting fights because he keeps them close. Even in his wins, he makes them close. He has 3 draws against 3 solid title challengers and champions. So I think he just gives everyone issues, whether they're on a roll, whether they have activity, or no names like Mikhailian. I think Badou Jack has been there, done that with every single opponent, from gatekeepers to champions. He's ready for this moment. Even at 41, I think Jack still has a lot left.
All right, we've got a total of 8 fights on the card tomorrow night. Actually, it's going to be in the morning, Sunday morning. Canelo Alvarez expected to walk at about 6 a.m. Sergio, as we look at the undercard here, Marco Verde getting a lot of attention as he makes his pro debut out of Mexico, the Olympian.
I love the fact that this silver medalist from Mexico is actually going to be on the big stage to show what he could do on the professional level. I mean, the transition is going to be really, really difficult for him, but this is what Mexicans are born for, and especially on a Canelo Alvarez card, get ready to shine.
Yeah, top of that undercard, you see Richard Riakporhe, longtime cruiserweight contender, lost his opportunity at a cruiserweight title fight against Chris Billups-Smith last year. He is back making his heavyweight debut, and this is not a small cruiserweight. Richard Riakporhe is 6'5", great frame, fills out nicely, and he is hoping that a win on Sunday morning is going to put him right back into the world title picture early next year.
All right, and for the last 4 fights, all of these should be excellent matchups, including Jaime Munguia taking on Bruno Saras. Canelo, this was the upset of the year when Saras knocked out Munguia in Tijuana.
I think Jaime Munguia is going to have his hands full again. I think Saras is going to have a game plan, the confidence coming in from that last fight. Anytime you get hit with something big like that and get knocked out, you're going to think about it twice the second time around.
All right, let's get this party started. We send it to the master of ceremonies for today's weigh-in, Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for Fatal Fury World Championship Boxing tomorrow from the A&B Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority JIA, Turkey Al Sheikh. This event is being brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority JIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry, Canelo Promotions, Agon Sports and Events, and Sella, along with their great sponsors: Riyadh Season, STA, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, and Arena Fitness Innovation. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Fatal Fury is now sold out, but you can watch it live worldwide on DAZN. Let's get the weigh-in process started. Our first 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round super featherweight contest. We will first welcome, coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He brings a record of 6 wins, 13 defeats, 5 draws, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Alexander Morales. And now we welcome, from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, undefeated with 3 victories. Here is mighty Mohammed Al-Akil. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round middleweight contest. Let's first welcome from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. He brings a professional record consisting of 4 wins, 5 defeats, 3 draws, 2 of his 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Michel El Águila Polina. And now we welcome from Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, a 2024 Olympic silver medalist. Tomorrow, he makes his highly anticipated professional boxing debut. Let's welcome Marco Verde. First to the scale, Michel Polina. $159.8 for Michel El Águila Polina. Now to the scale, Marco Verde. $158.7 for Marco Verde. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round middleweight contest.
Well, Sergio, Eddie Reynoso, the trainer for Marco Verde, a lot of hype around this guy.
As there should be. I mean, a silver medalist, a big, tall, power-punching southpaw, and he's Mexican. I mean, that's something that you normally don't get to see a lot. So when you have so much to work with, of course there's excitement, not only for Eddie Reynoso, but for the promotion. It's a big moment for Verde here.
And his father, a 1992 Olympian, so boxing is quite literally in his blood.
This is the first time you actually weigh in and you have 24 hours to recover. How is that process in your head going now, right now? La primera vez que tienes 24 horas para recuperarte. ¿Qué pasa por tu cabeza en este momento?
Sí, es muy diferente. No que en amateur el mismo día que pesabas peleabas. Así que tenemos más oportunidad tengo más oportunidad de recuperarme y pues feliz de eso, a prepararme. Este es mi debut y pues no estoy muy contento y ya quiero que llegue la hora.
I'm very happy about it because obviously in amateurs I weighed in the same day and this is a little different. I'm very happy because I need to recover and obviously this is my debut and I need to make a good show. And with that being said, just between you and I, how many pounds do you think you're going to gain between today and fight night? Entre tú y yo, solo entre tú y yo. ¿Cuántas libras más o menos crees que quieres subir?
No sé. Estoy acostumbrado, creo que a pelear ligero. Y así voy a estar, o sea, mantener ese movimiento de pies importante y pues sí, contragolpear y que no me peguen.
Well, no, not really. I don't want to get too heavy. I'm used to fighting light. I just want to make sure that I can fight my style. I'm always looking for the counterpunch, and I just want to make sure I can give a show. And with that being said, is there a message for all your friends and family that are here and watching? Un mensaje en español para tus amigos y tu familia que está aquí y que te están viendo.
No, mandarles un fuerte abrazo y que mañana va a ser una gran pelea.
A big hug, and tomorrow will be a very big fight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice English.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round light heavyweight contest. Let's first welcome from Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico. He brings a professional record of 11 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, 7 of his 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Adron Guerrero. And now let's welcome from Pinar del Rio, Cuba. He had a stellar amateur career, and now as a professional, he is undefeated with 6 wins, all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Brian the King Leon. First to the scale, Aaron Guerrero. $166.1 for Aaron Guerrero. Now to the scale, Brian Leon. $169.1 for the undefeated Brian the King Leon. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round light heavyweight contest.
Two big guys squaring off in the super middleweight division, Chris.
Yeah, I love what I've seen so far from Brian Leon. 6-0, 6 knockouts, a member of Team Canelo. He's facing an opponent that's never been stopped before, so a chance for him to furnish his resume with a fighter that's never been stopped.
And a chance for us to realize if that power is real. I mean, 6 wins, 6 knockouts against a guy with a Cuban amateur background. I mean, I think he finds a way, but I want to see if it's legit against a guy that's never been stopped in Guerrero with 11 fights.
How about this stare down? This is the other Mexico versus Cuba matchup. Of course, the main event as well with William Scull and Canelo Alvarez. Brian Leon, the chief sparring partner for Canelo in his preparation for Edgar Berlanga.
What a stare down. That was intense. What were your thoughts as you were looking into his face? Ese fue un cara a cara súper intenso. ¿Qué te pasaba por la cabeza cuando estabas en el cara a cara?
No, nada, simplemente implantando respeto desde aquí ya para mañana demostrar quién es campeón.
No, nothing. I'm showing him the last bit of disrespect before I get into the ring tomorrow. And this is obviously the last time before you walk into the ring tomorrow. How excited are you? Es la última vez que lo ves antes de subirte al ring. ¿Cuánta emoción hay dentro de ti?
Mucha emoción porque esto es una pelea muy importante para mí. Y nada, estamos listos para mañana demostrar todo lo que hemos trabajado en el gimnasio y mañana lo voy a noquear.
This is a very important fight for me, so I'm very excited. I just need to show the kind of hard work that I put in because tomorrow I'm going to win by knockout. And between us, even though you don't want to keep secrets with me, that's okay. What round do you think this fight is going to be over? Aunque no quieras tener secretos, esto queda entre tú y yo. ¿En qué asalto te lo quieres llevar?
Máximo lo doy 3 rounds.
I give him maximum 3 rounds. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Gracias.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round heavyweight contest. Let's first welcome from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He brings a professional record of 9 wins, 9 defeats. 4 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Kevin Nicolas Espindola. And now let's welcome from London, England, his professional record, 17 wins, just 1 defeat. 13 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former British Cruiserweight Champion and World Title Challenger, here is Richard the Midnight Train Riakporhe. First to the scale, Kevin Nicolas Espindola.
Yeah, you see the 4 best crews in the game, I'm in them. If you don't like me, do something then. 10-minute screw faces, I ain't in them. I want paper, dibby wages, I ain't in them. My crew put £5 notes in a roulette machine and spin them. Anybody get rude, I clench my fist and chin them. Forget a match, forget a clash, get trash, I'll win them. I don't want a Liverpool swing, I'll physically swing them.
297 for Kevin Nicolas Espindola. Now to the scale, Richard Riakporhe. 235 for Richard the Midnight Train Riakporhe. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round heavyweight contest.
You know, I look at Richard Riakporhe's body, and it reminds me of you, Chris Mannix.
I would agree. But for Richard Riakporhe, it's incredible to see a guy that in his last fight made the 200-pound cruiserweight limit. He is up 35 pounds going into this heavyweight debut, going up against a man that consistently weighs in at right around 300 pounds. So this is going to be a rumble here in Riyadh.
That is a man that filled out every inch of that 6'5" frame. Muscular, but this man can box and punch.
Richard, you're all smiles. You finally get a chance to see your opponent. Over 60 pounds difference. What do you think about that?
No, same problema. Same problema conmigo.
¿El mismo problema?
Same problema conmigo.
Sin problema.
No.
Beautiful, no problem. No problem. Well, but you did put in 30 pounds of pure muscle to get ready for this fight. How does it feel? I know we talked about you struggling to make sure you could stay in cruiserweight. How does it feel to be able to just walk around and be comfortable in your own skin?
It feels really good. I can eat normally. I feel more healthy, and I'm punching hard. So everybody tune in, because when I'm in there, the bombs are going.
Last face-off, there was nothing much to be said. Any thoughts?
No, not at all. I guess it's, I've been here a few times, so in the ring, that's where we're going to see all the action. Here, there's nothing much to it.
We look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chris, what do you think Richard's going to do tomorrow?
I think he's a class above his opponent. If that power carries up with that frame, I think he's going to get a pretty spectacular knockout.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round heavyweight contest. Let's first welcome from Ughelli, Nigeria. He brings a professional record of 20 wins, just 1 defeat, 14 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked number 10 by Ring Magazine, and he is the former WBC Silver Heavyweight Champion. Here is Efe, the Silent Roller Ajagba. And now let's welcome from Kananga, Democratic Republic of Congo. He has a professional record of 21 wins, 2 defeats, 16 of his 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 8 by Ring Magazine, he is a former interim world title challenger. Here is Martin Bakoli. First to the scale, Efe Ajagba. $240 for Efe the silent roller, Ajagba. Now to the scale, Martin Bacoli. £299 for Martin Bacoli. It is the big boys of boxing. Tomorrow, 10 rounds scheduled in the heavyweight division.
These guys really went at it verbally yesterday at the press conference. Today, it's all about the piercing glare. How about Bacoli barely coming in under the 300-pound?
I tell you what, this is a fascinating fight. Martin Bacoli has the better resume, but he has bbeen knocked out 2 times. Efe Ajagba, he's got power in both hands, but he's never been hit by someone with the kind of pop of Martin Bacoli. This is going to be all action tomorrow night.
Efe, talk about a stare down. I was expecting a lot more, but that was a stare down. Intense. We know that you had some heavy words, some trash talking, but today you contained yourself. Why?
Saying today you were calm. Today
Very calm.
Yeah, you know, I'm very, very confident, you know. I'm just here to fight, you know. I'm looking forward to fight the fight tomorrow, Saturday.
He came in just a smidge under 300 pounds. Only 9 pounds difference between you guys. Is that a factor for you at all?
She's saying that he came in smaller. Is it a factor to you that he came in smaller?
I don't think so.
At all?
No.
Size doesn't matter. I'm going to take a note of that. Thank you, Efe.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Look at you. All smiles. Always all smiles. That was intense, but you actually just kept it very cool like you usually do. What was going through your head?
We save it for tomorrow.
I was expecting something to just be thrown. I know Coach Nelson was keeping a good eye on you. I was expecting something a little bit more intense, but apparently you guys pulled back a little bit, saving energy?
Of course, yeah. The talking is over, and we have a war tomorrow, so the best is going to win tomorrow.
These are 2 big trains coming at each other. We look forward to that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Sergio, what do you think? Bacoli or Ajagba?
I think it's going to be explosive. It's not going to last long, man. There's no way these 2 big trains colliding. These 2 mountains can't just, they're going to erupt, man. This is going to be a special night. But I'm going to favor the inside of Bacoli's fighting. I think it's going to come down to technique, combinations, and who lands more body punches to open up the head. I think Ajagba is better on the outside. On the inside is Bacoli.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a rematch, scheduled 12 rounds in the super middleweight division. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Marseille, France. He brings an undefeated record with 26 wins, 2 draws, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 7 by Ring Magazine. Let's welcome Bruno Brunello Suros. And now let's welcome from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He has a professional record of 44 wins, 2 defeats, 35 of his 44 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 8 by Ring Magazine, he is the former WBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World. Here is Jaime Munguia. Next to the scale, Bruno Suras. $167.7 for Brunello Suras. Now to the scale, Jaime Munguia. The same 167.7 for Jaime Munguia.
Sergio, let's be honest, Munguia was embarrassed in his hometown of Tijuana.
12 rounds in the super middleweight division.
He was embarrassed, Sergio. What do you think happens tomorrow night? He says he has to win this fight or his career's done.
I agree. I think it's going to be revenge. He has to have revenge on his mind. He looks great. We called a lot of Jaime Munguia fights. That body looks ripped, more muscular than normal, and he's a 168-pounder. So, look, this is the best I've seen Jaime Munguia look. I can expect stylistically him to come out looking for a knockout.
Well, one win will put Jaime Munguia right back on the track he wants to be on, in the mix for fights against Edgar Berlanga, against Caleb Plant, against Diego Pacheco. But even though he's only 28 years old, a loss to Bruno Suras for the second time would be catastrophic.
And I'll tell you what, Todd, one more thing. I mean, we keep talking about a Jacques Bacoli. This might steal the night as well.
So much juice here in this building for France versus Mexico. Munguia versus Bruno Suras. Can Bruno, we don't talk about Bruno.
No.
But can he do it again? Another upset of the year in the making. Here's Claudia.
Do we talk about Bruno?
Yeah, I think.
We talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
And I think all Marseille is here supporting you.
Yeah, support of Marseille. They're all my friends, my family. So I'm very thankful. And I just want to thank you. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, everyone. Yes. It's very exciting to have everybody support you, but this is serious business.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the last and final time you see Jaime Munguia before you step into the ring to prove that it wasn't just a lucky moment. What were your thoughts?
I know he's a champion, and I prepare like that. So I'm very excited to share the ring again, Munguia again.
And of course, this time you have all that. If we could just take a quick look, all that. I feel like I'm in a soccer game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm in a soccer game.
Yeah, it's a soccer game, soccer song, yeah.
So how is that different for you to have that type of support now?
I'm prepared well, and I have the will to win. It's the same things, and I will give my everything.
And for all those that didn't get a chance to come to Riyadh, but are absolutely supporting you back home, do you have a message?
Merci à tous, merci de me suivre à Marseille, à la maison. Et merci à tous ceux qui ont fait le déplacement. Je suis très content d'être là et demain, ça va être explosif.
Allez, merci beaucoup. Jusqu'à demain.
À demain.
And now we go back to Jaime. ¿Qué pasó con los mexicanos? A ver. Traemos porras. We have fans. We're going to try to do this in English. How about that? You want to do this in English?
No.
Yes, you can. Come on. Un poquito de gracia. Dale.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Muy bien, very good.
You have a lot of people supporting you. What do you say to them?
Thank you, everyone.
Nice. And this is the last time you see Bruno before you step into the ring. What are your thoughts? Esta es la última vez que miras a Bruno antes de subir al ring. ¿Cuáles son tus pensamientos?
Bueno, la verdad que pues me siento muy emocionado, ya quiero que llegue la hora, la verdad que estoy listo para ganar esta pelea.
I'm very excited. I can't wait for the moment to get back into the ring. I'm ready for this fight. Obviously, this fight has a little bit of taste of redemption, revenge, and obviously to get what's yours back. When I say these words, what goes through your heart and your soul? Cuando yo te digo que esta pelea tiene sabor a redención, a venganza y un poquito de buscar lo que es tuyo de regreso. Cuando te digo estas palabras, ¿qué pasa por tu corazón y por tu alma?
No, pues la verdad que mucha adrenalina, mucha euforia, la verdad que hice una gran preparación y la verdad que me siento muy contento de estar aquí, contento y agradecido de que todos vinieran a apoyarme, la verdad que sin duda va a ser una gran pelea y vamos a ganar.
I'm very excited. I am full of adrenaline. I know I've done a lot of work because I know I have to take this back with me, but I'm very thankful and grateful to everybody that's here to support me, and it's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great fight. Thank you very much, Jaime Munguia.
No, gracias a ustedes. ¡Viva México!
Sergio, I want him to fight right now. What an environment.
I'm telling you, I didn't expect this in Riyadh, but look, the Mexican contingency came and visited. I love the fact that Munguia gave him a show, man. I wanted to see this. Look, Bruno Soras has his side. We got our side over here with Munguia. This is going to be a spectacular fight, and it might steal the show.
Yeah, the French and the Mexicans have traveled to this event, and I like that Jaime Munguia recognizes the magnitude of this moment. He took Bruno Soras lightly last time. He's not going to do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event tomorrow is scheduled for 12 rounds. It will be for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome a native of Yerevan, Armenia, now fighting out of Miami, Florida. He brings a professional record of 27 wins, 2 defeats, 12 wins, coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the World in recess. Here is Noel, the Dark Horse Mikhailian. And now let's welcome a native of Stockholm, Sweden, now fighting out of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. He has a professional record consisting of 28 wins, 3 defeats, 3 draws, 17 of his 28 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Badou Jack the Ripper. First to the scale, Noel Mikhailian. $198.1 for Noel, the Dark Horse Mikhailian. Now to the scale, Badou Jack. $200 even for Badou Jack the Ripper. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in the co-main event, 12 rounds scheduled for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World.
Chris, this reminds me of that meme, the two Spider-Men point at each other. I'm the real Spider-Man. No, I'm the real Spider-Man.
2 Cruiserweight champions will enter the ring. Only one will leave. I think this fight is going to be a really good one. Is Badou Jack, at 41 years old, coming off a 2-year layoff, the same guy we saw beat Junior Makabu back in 2023, and is Noel Michaeli, who's coming off a long layoff of his own, the same guy we've seen taking this fight on just about a month's notice?
I think the faster this fight starts for Michaelian, the better it's going to be for him. I think Badou Jack needs some rounds to get going. He's a distance fighter, so take advantage of the inactivity, jump on him, and then that's how you have success, because Michaelian has been in there with championship opposition. He has the power, he has good right hand. That's his success.
How about the physique on Badou Jack at 41 years old?
Hey, Badou Jack has always been in terrific shape, but if you look at the resume, Sergio, Badou Jack's is significantly better. He had a lot of quality wins at 175 pounds, and he looked like he was at his best in 2023 when he beat Junior Makabu.
Yes, Noel. So I know that you're looking forward to this moment, because in many ways, you've been waiting to ratify yourself as the champion. Now that you see Badou for the last time before you walk into the ring, what are your thoughts?
Nothing. It's just a regular fight. I'm the champion defending my belt. I'm very happy about the crowd. Very much Mexicans here. They bring boxing alive, and Riyadh season, let's go.
With that being said, I think they're very excited about this fight, because obviously we're talking about very well-seasoned fighters, and this is what boxing is all about, like you said. And there's a lot of speculation about, you know, Badou being up in age, and you've mentioned it, that he's washed up. You still think about that when you see him today?
He's doing what he has to do. I mean, he said age is just a number, but his birth certificate says he's 41, so he's 41. But he knows what he's doing the best. I wish him all the best, and we have a good match tomorrow night.
And with that being said, what do you expect of a 41-year-old Badou Jack?
That I win.
But in terms of once you go tete-a-tete, once you go into toe-to-toe, what kind of fight do you think he's going to give you?
I mean, he's a veteran. He's been in the game for a long time. He knows what he's doing. He has much experience. And I respect that, but I would definitely not underestimate him, and I wish him all the best.
Yesterday you mentioned that politics were holding you back, basically, from getting your crown, the old crown. Tomorrow will be a crowning day for you.
Definitely. I don't want to go deep into that, but tomorrow's my night. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Badou, Jonathan Banks, 41 years old, looking sharp as always. I'm going to ask right now in front of everybody, what is the formula to stay so sharp and looking so just fit?
Sleep good. I'm not 41. Look at him. He looked 10 years older than me. You must have got the wrong age.
Yeah, I think so. We can always go look at the birth certificates once again. So you said you're the champ. He says he's the champ. But this is definitely a crowning opportunity. Yeah. But you've been here before. Why is this so important for you now?
I mean, it's important. Every fight is important. He had the chance, actually, at the convention. His brother, who represented him, his manager, we was talking before we were supposed to go up on stage, and they said, let's fight. And then they said, no, we don't want to fight. That's why they took his status to recess and upgraded me. So whatever, now we're going to fight. So we'll see who the best is.
That's what we're looking forward to having both gentlemen in the ring. And this is the last time you see him. Yeah. He's very hungry. He's a young buck. You've faced people like that in that same situation before. As a matter of fact, can I remind you, I was there when you were the young buck vying for a title. What goes through your head now when you're in this position as the veteran, the well-seasoned fighter?
I mean, it's levels to boxing, and I take care of my body, so for me, I'm still a young buck too.
I agree. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had the opportunity to speak to your trainer, Jonathan Banks, and he mentioned that it's your spirit, that it's always nice, sharp, and as bright as ever. Why? How do you keep it like that?
I mean, I put Allah first, and I pray, I train hard, I sleep, and I'm blessed with good genetics also.
I agree. I agree. Well, we look forward to seeing you in the ring. We're looking forward to a battle. I asked him what kind of fight did he expect from you. So before I let you go, what kind of fight do you expect from him?
I mean, I expect a tough fight. I train hard for, like, I fight the best every training camp, every fight. But there's levels to this. So you'll see tomorrow.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris, if you were handicapping this fight, who would you make the favorite?
You know, I like the experience of Badou Jack. I saw him in some very good fights against some very good opponents at light heavyweight. And the fact that Magalian has taken this fight on short notice, I think Jack edges out a decision.
I agree. I like Badou Jack and his championship experience, and he's one of these championship spoilers.
All right, it is time now for the main event. Back down to Thomas Tribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event tomorrow, it will be champion versus champion. 12 rounds scheduled for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. Let's first welcome a native of Matanzas, Cuba, now fighting out of Berlin, Germany. He brings an undefeated record with 23 wins, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 5 by Ring Magazine. He is the reigning and defending IBF super middleweight champion of the world, William El Indomable Scull. The 4-weight world champion. He has a professional record of 62 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, 39 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current Ring Magazine champion and the reigning and defending WBC, WBA, and WBO unified super middleweight champion of the world. Damas y caballeros, el orgullo de Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, Scull Canelo Alvarez. First to the scale, we welcome William Scull. $166.1 for William El Indomable Scull. Now to the scale, Scull Canelo Alvarez. $167.1 for Scull Canelo Alvarez. Ladies and gentlemen, this, our main event, tomorrow night, live worldwide on DAZN. It's champion versus champion. 12 rounds scheduled for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world.
William Scull has to deal not only with Canelo Alvarez, but all the exterior things you got to deal with. There's an aura around this man, Chris.
And I think that's a variable in all this. I'll let you be the judge, Sergio, but during the week, I thought William William Scull was more relaxed than we saw him in New York. But watching him climb those stairs and stand there in front of Canelo Alvarez, not sure when to step on the scale, not sure what he's going to wear on the scale, he looked a little bit overwhelmed by the moment here in Riyadh.
I agree with you. I think he's a little shook, and there's no such thing as halfway champions, man. He may be undefeated, but this moment can get to fighters. This moment can get to champions. Tomorrow's going to be a big night, but right now, so far, the body language doesn't look good on William Scull. He's going to have to shine tomorrow night.
William Scull did this yesterday where he kind of pushes his hands down like, everybody relax, relax, I've got this, don't worry about me. Can William Scull pull off one of the biggest upsets in recent memory? He's a 30-1 underdog against the current face of the sport and Canelo Alvarez. It will happen at 6 a.m. in the morning, local time. Canelo said he's going to wake up at 3, jump into a cold plunge to get his body going, and then head straight to the arena where he will compete outside of North America for the first time in his illustrious career. Here's Claudia.
William Scull, we're going to do this bilingual again. We've done this before a couple of times. Ya hemos hecho esto un par de veces. Sí. And all of a sudden, the crowd is quiet. ¿Qué pasó con las porras? How does that feel when you have so many people supporting you? ¿Qué se siente cuando tienes tanta gente apoyándote?
La verdad que es muy lindo, ¿no? Se siente sentir el apoyo de la familia, de las personas que te quieren, que te rodean, que saben que vas rumbo, camino al éxito. La verdad que eso me llena de felicidad y orgullo.
It's very exciting. I'm very grateful for all the support of my friends and my family because they've walked this journey to my success, and I'm very excited about this moment. And this is the last time you looked at Canelo Alvarez face to face, eye to eye, and there was a massive difference in height. How does that make you feel? Esta es la última vez que viste a Canelo cara a cara y hay una diferencia abismal en estatura. ¿Qué te hace sentir eso?
No, sinceramente no. La diferencia de estatura no tiene nada que ver. Estamos muy bien preparados, muy bien concentrados, sabemos lo que queremos hacer y sabemos a dónde vamos y vamos a buscar el objetivo, que es lo más importante, traer la victoria para la casa como quiera que sea, que ese es el plan de trabajo, que es lo que más estamos enfocados.
Well, yeah, the difference in height is really not much of a big deal. I know exactly what I need to do. I did my work plan, and that's exactly what I'm going to adhere to because the idea is to bring the success home, and that's what I'm sticking to. With that being said, I'm going to take this opportunity so you can say hi to all your friends and family back home, Argentina, Cuba, Spain, Germany, because this is your moment. Este es tu momento y te voy a dar la oportunidad para que le des un saludo a todos tus amigos y familia que están tanto en Cuba como en Argentina, como en Alemania y en España.
La verdad que sí, no, este es el momento de William Scull y la verdad que para nadie es un secreto que es el momento. Demoró en llegar, pero llegó y vamos a demostrar y no vamos a desaprovechar la oportunidad. Quiero saludar a toda mi gente de Argentina, mi abrazo siempre de corazón, a todos mis cubanos, a toda mi gente de España, a toda Alemania, gracias a todos por el apoyo. Vamos a seguir demostrando de qué está hecho William Scull.
He's thanking everybody in those different countries, and he's going to show everybody what William Scull is made of because he's going to take that belt back home. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Muchas gracias por todo y la verdad que estoy muy contento.
He's very happy and very grateful. And we're doing this in English, or you want to do it in bilingual? We can do it both. Bilingual. ¿Porque eres qué?
Mexicano, 100%.
Look at that. Hasta en Riyadh, all the way to Riyadh, you still get the support. How does your spirit feel?
No, la verdad que es una experiencia muy bonita para mí. El venir aquí es un sueño más para mí cumplido, el pelear en otro país y contento de sentir todo este apoyo. Es una vibra muy bonita y listos para mañana.
You want me to translate or you translate?
No, tú.
He says that this is a beautiful experience. It's really nice to have all the support of everybody and to be able to come here and obviously fulfill one of his dreams was to fight in a different country, and that's why he's very excited to obviously give us a good show. There's a difference in height when you saw that face-to-face. This is the last time you actually see him before you walk into the ring. Any thoughts? Is that even a factor?
You know, I don't really fucking care about the height. About the sides, for me, it doesn't matter. When you're a good fighter, that doesn't matter. So I don't care. I'm being in there with everybody, so that doesn't matter for me.
¿Lo traduzco en español?
No, no me importa que esté más alto, más fuerte, lo que sea. Al final de cuentas, la inteligencia y la fuerza que tengo, así esté más chaparro, más alto, más fuerte, de todas maneras es lo mismo para mí.
Y ya has estado aquí en esta situación en varias ocasiones.
En muchas ocasiones he estado en esta posición, así que no es nada nuevo para mí.
Por último, obviamente, este es, digamos, el último tiro para escribir un párrafo más en tu libro de historia, en un legado que tiene mucho peso. ¿Qué se siente cuando tienes el apoyo de alguien como Julio César Chávez aquí, que tiene su propio capítulo? I gotta say this in English. So, of course, you're gonna make history. You're looking to write the last chapter in your long book of achievements, and you have the support of somebody like Julio César Chávez here. How does that feel?
No, made me feel good because he's one of the greatest in boxing Mexico, right? And for me, it's an honor. It's an honor. I have here my family, my friends, my team. So it's such an honor for me.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. Canelo Alvarez dropping an F-bomb as he was asked about the height differential. Chris, we've seen in the past that if you're bigger than him, he just works your body. No problem.
6 inches, 5 inches, 4, it doesn't matter. Canelo Alvarez has routinely been undersized height-wise in the ring, and just as routinely, he has been the stronger, bigger puncher against every opponent that he has faced. So Canelo Alvarez, I think, coming in more than prepared to take care of the physical attributes of William Scull.
How about Jaime Munguia coming out to give some support to his fellow Mexican?
I love that, man. I didn't expect this many Mexican fans to be cheering on Canelo Alvarez here in Riyadh, but they sure came out. And look, this is what it's all about, man. Whenever you have a team supporting you like this, Jaime Munguia, Eddie Reynoso, everyone in the background, no matter what country you fight in, Mexico is on your shoulders and behind your back.
Sergio, he's never fought in the morning before. He probably hasn't even really gotten in the ring and trained at 6 a.m. before. How do you prepare yourself for that?
I have no idea. I mean, we're all gonna experience it tomorrow because this is something that's unprecedented, I would say. But if you're a superstar, if you're a man that's been fighting for more than half your life, fighting is the easiest part. No matter what time of the day, no matter who's in front of you, if you're prepared, if you're confident, and you believe in yourself, and you have that championship experience, you can put this fight on the moon. Canelo's gonna win.
Yeah, I think there's also going to be a very different type of energy in the arena for a Canelo Alvarez fight. We're used to see him fight in front of 70,000 plus fans in Texas, in front of 20,000 plus fans in Las Vegas. There'll be a good crowd here in Riyadh on Saturday, but not the kind of crowd that maybe Canelo is used to, not the type of atmosphere that maybe he's used to. I wonder, will that have an impact on how Canelo fights?
So that will go down Saturday night, prime time in Mexico, early a.m. here in Sunday. But coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Fatal Fury in Times Square, headlined by Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. You can buy them both. Basically, you're getting 2 for 1, an amazing bundle deal for Fatal Fury New York and Fatal Fury Saudi Arabia. For more on tonight's fight card from Times Square, let's check in across the pond.
Thanks, guys, and what a week it's been here in the middle of New York City, and it's fight night. We're finally here, gentlemen. Wade Plemons, Akbarak. It's time, guys, and we have 3 banger fights. Let's go over the first one. Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza, WBO and Ring Magazine belts on the line.
Well, we saw him yesterday at the weigh-in, Wade. He's locked in on a different mode. He did not even want to stop staring at his opponent. So I think we're going to see a special Teofimo Lopez tonight. I think Barboza is ready for the challenge, and he's going to give Teo all he can handle.
Of course, Teo's done more, so you lean towards Teo. That makes sense. Barboza looked kind of big yesterday. He looked kind of big on that scale. I don't know what kind of fight he's going to come with that. Is he going to try and pressure him? Teo does very good against pressure fighters. Or he's going to make Teo come to him so he can counterpunch Teo. So it really depends on the styles.
We have 3 main events. Let's get to our second one. Devin the Dream Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Talk to me.
Listen, Wade, Devin been saying all week that it's a mismatch. People believe that Devin hasn't gotten over the loss, which is technically not a loss anymore, against Ryan Garcia. People are forgetting that this guy's one of the most skilled boxers in boxing, fighting a guy that he's faced that style before. This is not anything new for Devin Haney. Oh, boy, we're going to see a special Devin Haney.
Can't wait. I kind of agree with you, man. I love Jose Ramirez. I think he's a great unified champion, former unified champion. I think he's Olympian. He's just a guy that you can love. Great guy.
Yes.
Moving up in weight, so there is a little bit of the known. I've been saying that all week. But I just think that his style is similar to the guys that Devin Haney actually does great against. So it really depends on what kind of tweaking Jose does. Is he going to be first? Is he going to overwhelm him? And what kind of mindset is Devin Haney coming in with?
Our main event of the evening, Ryan Garcia makes his return tonight to the scene of the crime. He takes on Rolly Romero for the WBA regular welterweight championship.
Can Rolly hurt him? How dangerous is Rolly Romero? Is Ryan really focused the way people question him after the Devin Haney fight? He's about to answer all of those questions. From what I've seen all week, Wade, I don't see no crack in Ryan Garcia's armor. I feel that Ryan is the one that's going to steal a show tonight.
They both fought Tank. Tank stopped them both. Body shot to Ryan, but he also got clipped, I think, in the second round. Ryan went down. Ryan got up, though.
Yes.
Yeah. He got up and he fought hard as well.
Yeah.
So he has a chin, and maybe he has a strong enough chin to take a shot from Romero. I don't know if Romero's going to have that same 140-pound strength at 147. But we know Ryan Garcia's power is ridiculous because of that speed.
They call a boxing ring the chamber of truth for a reason. Tonight, we find out the truth. It's going to be an incredible night here from New York City. Let's sit it back to the guys in Riyadh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will take place tonight live from New York City. It'll be midnight here, local time in Saudi Arabia. We're going to head back to the hotel in just a few minutes and put on DAZN. But quickly, to put a bow on things here, Claudia, you had an interesting note in regards to Canelo fighting early in the morning.
Yes, as a matter of fact, during the grand arrivals, I had a chance to speak to him regarding the change in time. And he says, this is nothing for me because I'm usually up by 4, no later than 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning at the gym. So this goes directly related to the time of the fight. So I don't think he's going to have a problem with the time at all.
All right, quickly, guys, what's going to be the fight of the night tomorrow? We'll start with you, Chris.
I think you can't miss on Efe Ajagba going up against Martin Bakole. Two huge punchers, two guys with a lot to lose, both guys in their 30s. A winner takes a big step towards a heavyweight title fight. The loser takes 3 or 4 steps back.
I was agreeing with that, but now I'm going to switch my mind. I'm going to switch my pick. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia and Taras is going to do something special. I think that's still the night.
Well, I actually have to agree with Chris, and there's something else that we need to take into account. There's a pride going on, and that's a little fight between them. And to take that crown to be the best fighter of Africa, they take it very seriously.
All right, so that's the story here from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Quickly, guys, as regards to New York City, basically 3 main events. Which fight on tonight's card are you most excited to see?
I want to see Ryan Garcia against Rolly Romero. I want to see if Ryan Garcia can get that mojo back, get back what he lost after all that happened in 2024. I think he's got the right opponent standing in front of him.
For me, it's Memories of El Monte. Arnold Barboza, Teofimo Lopez. That's the fight that's going to steal the show. I think that's a fight stylistically makes a lot of sense for everybody. Yeah, that's it for me.
I want to see Devin Haney against Jose Carlos Ramirez. I think Jose Carlos is one of those fighters that deserve another opportunity. He always gives us the best, and I think he needs to get that opportunity back.
They're such professionals. There's 3 fights on the main card. They all picked a different fight to promo it, huh? Great job, guys. All right, we'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Canelo Alvarez and William Scull for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. In the meantime, enjoy tonight's fight live from Times Square.